and welcome back to Big Bob's MTG. I'm Big Bob, and today we're going to open some of those Kaladesh packs. I've been super excited. I don't know a whole lot of Kaladesh stuff yet, but if you can see here, we have our 18,000 gems that we're going to use for 90 packs, and we get the Sculpting Steel. You may have Sculpting Steel enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. For 3 mana, pretty wicked. That is awesome. So, let's get to open these packs, huh? We're just going to open up the 10 packs at a time and view the rares because the commons are less likely to be as interesting, and I just kind of want to make a quick video so we can get this done. Kicking it off here. All right, we got one rare wild card. There's some more wild cards there. Okay, this one, the Spire of Industry, that's pretty interesting. You pay a life and 1 mana of any color, but you can only activate this ability only if you control an artifact. So that's not that big of a deal if you control artifacts. Wildest Dreams, return X target cards from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Wildest Dreams. Okay. Concealed Courtyard. Concealed Courtyard enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer lands. Okay. Free Jam Regent. It's a dragon. 4/4 for 6. Improvise, so your artifacts can help pay for it. 2 mana. You can give it +2/+0 until end of turn. It's okay. I mean, it looks really awesome. A tiger dragon looking guy with really cool horns. I mean, that's neat. Gaunty, Lord of Luxury, 2/3 for 4, Death Touch. When Gaunty, Lord of Luxury, enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library. Exile 1 of them face down, and put the rest on the bottom of that library in a random order. You may look and cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast that spell. Okay, I like that. The reason why I like that is because there are tons of things nowadays to kind of perpetuate this whole I'm playing your deck and my win condition's your win condition. I like that. That's awesome. Okay. Scrap Heap Scourger. Can't block. 3/2 for 2. You can tap and exile another creature card from your graveyard. Return it to the graveyard to the battlefield. That's not bad. It's continuous, perpetual destruction. Torrential Gearhulk. Flash, 5/6 for 6. It's blue artifact, so that limits it a little bit. When Torrential Gearhulk enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery instant from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. There's a few situations that I can see this actually being very, very handy. If you're going to be casting this guy out of your graveyard, and when he enters the battlefield, you can then cast something like... Oh, what is it? Oh, man. So, if you had something like Sublime Epiphany, that would be one of them. When it comes into play, you can counter his activated or triggered ability to exile it, and then it just goes back into your graveyard. I mean, why not? If you have something like Doubling Season, you would cast it, it would double, and then you would counter the previous one's spell. Just an idea. Metallic Mimic. As Metallic Mimic enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Metallic Mimic is the chosen type, in addition to its other types. Interesting. 2 mana for a 2/1. Each creature you control of the chosen type enters the battlefield with an additional +1 counter on it. Okay, that makes this card way better than what I was thinking. Now, if it enters the battlefield and you choose a Demigod, let's just say Demigod, Renata, Daxos, and Annex would all come into play with another +1 counter on them. That's pretty slick. I like that. Oops, I opened 1. Okay. There we go. An Inspiring Vantage. That's a good card. Gonna crush through 10 of these so we can get to the good stuff. Rishkar's Expertise. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. You may cast a spell with a converted mana cost 5 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. That's pretty slick. Free casting is really, really broken. So that's pretty cool. Depala, Pilot, Exemplar. Other dwarves you control get +1/+1. Each vehicle you control gets +1/+1 as long as it's a creature. Which, yeah, that would make sense. Whenever Depala, Pilot, Exemplar becomes tapped, you may pay X. If you do, reveal the top X cards of your library, put all dwarf and vehicle cards from among them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. So the thing that I can see this one working with is that new 7 dwarves card, because they continually build their own strength the more you have out there of them, and you can have up to 7 of them in your deck. Fumigate, destroy all creatures. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. That's actually a very good one. Now, the real question would be, does it go destroy all creatures, you gain 1 life for each creature this way, 1/1/1/1/1/1/1, or does it go, you gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way, and then it goes, you destroyed 6 creatures, 6 life. That would be interesting to see. We'll have to play with that card to see how it interacts with the Heliod mechanic more than anything. Or Veto. Veto 2, yeah. Padim, Consul of Innovation. Artifacts you control have hexproof. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control the artifact with the highest converted mana cost or tied for the highest converted mana cost, draw a card. Pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Okay. Confiscation Coup. Alright. Choose target artifact or creature. You get 4 energies. Then you may pay an amount of energies to that permanent's converted mana cost. If you do, gain control of it. Ooh! So you already have 4, and if you have other things that give you energies, you can take control of other things. That's pretty decent. Blooming Marsh. That's a pretty good one. Okay. 2 more after this one. Quicksmith Rebel. Alright. Oh, another Oyai Pashiri. Last one. Another wild card. So right now we're sitting at 7 rare and 2 mythic wild cards. 10 more. Another mythic wild card. We got Rishkar. Pima Renegade. When it comes into play, when it enters the battlefield, put a pulse encounter on each of up to 2 target creatures. That's pretty good. Each creature you control with a counter on it has tap, add, forest. So it turns all your creatures into Llanowar Elves. That's good. Kambal, Consul of Allocation. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. That's pretty sweet. Gain control of target creature or vehicle until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. You may cast a spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. What is up with all this free casting stuff? Holy crap. Alright, Electrostatic Pummeler. When Electrostatic Pummeler enters the battlefield, you get 3. Pay 3. And it gets XX until end of turn, where X is its power. Okay. Ethersphere Harvester. When Ethersphere Harvester enters, you get 2 energy. Pay 1 energy. Harvester gains lifelink until end of turn. Crew of 1. Alright, opening 10 more. I know I'm kind of skipping over some, and that's fine. Metalwork Colossus. I remember this guy. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total converted mana cost of non-creature artifacts you control. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. Return Metalwork Colossus from your graveyard to your hand. Baral's Expertise. Return up to 3 target artifact or creature artifacts and or creatures to their owner's hands. For 5 mana, it's not so bad. Typically you see the 2 for 3 mana, so this is pretty good. You may cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Man, lots of free casting. When this attacks, exile top card of your library face down. Discard your hand. Bombot Carrier. Put all cards exiled with Bombot Carrier into their owner's hands. Interesting. Metallurgic Summonings. Blue for 5. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX colorless construct artifact creature token where X is the spell's converted mana cost. So this is Shark Typhoon without sharks. It's a construct typhoon. 5 mana, exile Metallurgical Summonings, return all instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if you control 6 or more artifacts. A Demon of Dark Schemes. When Demon of Dark Schemes enters the battlefield, all of the creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever another creature dies, you get 1 energy. 2 colorless, 1 swamp, pay 4 energy. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control tapped. Pretty dang good. Rashmi Eternity's Crafter. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with lesser converted mana cost. If you don't cast it, put it into your hand. Woo! That is great. Oath of Ajani. When Oath of Ajani enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. Planeswalker spells you cast cost 1 colorless less to cast. They're pretty sick. I like that a lot. Oh, I did it again. I did it again. Ooh, look at the wasp. The Foundry Hornet. Lost Legacy. This is our first one for that one. Choose a non-artifact, non-land card name. Search target player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles the library and then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Not too bad. 10 more. Okay, we have some new ones here. First one, we're going to go with Kari Zev. Skyship Raider, First Strike, and Menace. 1/3 creature for 2. That's pretty good. Whenever it attacks, create Ragavan, a legendary 2/1 red monkey creature token. It enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. Exile the token at the end of combat. Okay, that's a pretty good one for when it comes into play. Things like, oh, the Terror of the Peaks. That's what I mean. So that could come into play and deal some pretty good damage. Hope of Gurapur. Gurapur? I don't know. Somebody's going to have to help me out with that. Flying 1/1 for 1 until your next turn. Target player who has dealt combat damage by Hope of Gurapur this turn can't cast creature spells. Oh, wow, that's dirty. Wow. Very interesting. Okay. Heart of Kiran. Flying and Vigilance 4/4 for 2 mana. When you may remove a loyalty counter from a planeswalker you control rather than pay Heart of Kiran's crew cost. That's interesting. It's a mythic as well, so that's not so bad. Lots of planeswalkers that you can use right now. Peace Walker Colossus. Tap 1 colorless, 1 planes. Another target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Very cool. 3 colorless to put a 6/6 into play. Crew for 4. Very cool. All right. All right. So we have our Botanical Sanctum, which is our blue-green land from Kaladesh. Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. Flying. Whenever Sky Sovereign Console Flagship enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Okay. Metallurgical Summonings again. SRAM Senior Edificer. And then the Skyship Stalker, another tiger dragon, looking pretty cool too. He has 6 claws around his hands. That's kind of neat. Flying, he can give himself +1/+0 till end of turn, first strike until end of turn, and haste until end of turn. So he's a 4 mana costing 3/3 with flying and can buff himself. Pretty dang good. All right, sweet. Lots more wild cards. 7 mythic, 14 rare wild cards. That's pretty good. Life Crafter's Bestiary. It's kind of cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, scry 1. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may pay 1 forest if you do draw a card. That's pretty decent. I like that one a lot. Inventor's Fair. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more artifacts, you gain a life. You can sacrifice Inventor's Fair for 4 colorless and tap it. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more artifacts. I mean, that's a decent one if you really need it. And at the end of their turn, you just go, bam! Tap down, go find, I don't know, Heart of Kiran. Baral, Chief of Compliance. Instant or sorcery spells you cast cost 1 colorless less to cast. Whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Cool. One more 10 rares. Oh, we got quite a bit of them this time. Quite a bit new ones. So we got the red and blue. We have Fateful Showdown. Deals damage to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. Discard all the cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. That's pretty slick. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get to... That's a good way to stock up on some energies. That's sick. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. She's the one that incited everybody against the villain to Zoolander, which is Tezzeret. Come on, let's be real. +1, exile the top card of your library. You may cast that card. If you don't, Chandra Torch deals 2 damage to each opponent. Not too bad. +1, add 2 mountains to your mana pool. Deal 4 damage to target creature, or you get an emblem that whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to any target. Whoa, that's huge. That is huge. All right, another mythic here. You got 3 mythics in this pool. Like, that's pretty decent. And a mythic wild card, so I think that counts as a mythic too, right? Aetherworks Marvel. Whenever a permanent you control is put into the graveyard, you get an energy. You can pay 6 energies. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast a spell from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Not too bad. Catalytic Gear Hulk. Vigilance. When Catalysmic Gear Hulk enters the battlefield, each player chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among non-land permanents they control, and then sacrifices the rest. So this is single combat in artifact creature form. Pretty sweet. I like it. So let's spin through these real quick, and then we can get to this little vault here. Alright, Whirl of Invention. We've already gotten that one before, and that was pretty slick. Okay, here's another Free Jam Regent. Hoping for another Saheeli. Blooming Marsh, not too bad. Cool. Alright, Demon of Dark Schemes. Yep. Okay, Master Tinketeer. Nice, Merchant's Dockhand. That's pretty decent. Alright, Ethersphere Harvester. Okay. Another Free Jam Regent. Okay. Ooh, another Gaunty, Lord of Luxury. And that's it. Great. We're going to go ahead and build some decks out of this over the next couple weeks. So, you know, stand by and check it out. Let's see what we got in our chest. All right. So we just got a bunch of wild cards, which is fine. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm not going to post a deck today. I have a deck ready to go, and I will make sure to post it tomorrow. But today, kick back, relax. We're going to wait for F&M at home. And hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day. And that's all for now. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you sticking around this long and hope you guys enjoyed this content. I'm going to be creating more content coming up here. I will be creating some shorts, so you should see those little short videos coming out here and there called From the Beard, a Coria Layer of Behemoths. This is in order to kind of just, you know, game the market a little bit, get some more viewership, and get this channel off the ground. If you want to join my Discord, please find the link down below, as well as my brand new website, bigbobgaming.com. This has not only Minecraft, MTG, and other gaming stuff, such as deck sleeves and other things that I have laying around that are brand new. You can also find my Twitch stream. I will start Twitch streaming here on a scheduled time frame as soon as I can work it out with the new job that I got. I appreciate all of you. Every single one of my subscribers is important to me, and I want to hear from you. So please like, subscribe, share, comment down below, join the Discord, and let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Have a great day and stay safe.